There are few TV shows out there like The Wire, but creator David Simon has another series from the 2010s that will more than appeal to fans. Since its debut in 2002, The Wire has remained one of the most celebrated dramas in television history, and that's largely thanks to the creative vision of David Simon. Simon, a former journalist, brought a sharp authenticity to his storytelling, crafting a sprawling, deeply layered portrait of Baltimore's institutions, from law enforcement to education and beyond. Its influence can be felt everywhere, and even 2 decades later, the show's political relevance and emotional realism continue to resonate. However, The Wire wasn't David Simon's only attempt at shining a light on the broken systems of American cities. In 2015, he returned to HBO with another powerhouse political drama, one that tackled systemic inequality and government bureaucracy with the same journalistic integrity as his earlier masterpiece. Anchored by a phenomenal lead performance from Oscar Isaac, the series wasn't given the same widespread attention, but it remains just as important. For those looking for a TV show like The Wire, few come closer in tone and thematic weight than Show Me a Hero. Show Me a Hero is a limited series about Yonkers' housing crisis. Oscar Isaac leads an emotionally charged drama based on real events in 1980s Yonkers. Oscar Isaac as Nick Wasicsko in Show Me a Hero, 1. If you're searching for a TV show like The Wire that blends political complexity with personal turmoil, Show Me a Hero is a hidden gem that deserves to be seen. The 6-part HBO miniseries aired in 2015 and is based on the non-fiction book by Lisa Belkin. It follows the true story of Yonkers, New York in the late 1980s, when a federal court ordered the city to build low-income housing in predominantly white neighborhoods, sparking fierce resistance and explosive public backlash. Caught in the middle is Nick Wasicsko, Oscar Isaac, a young, ambitious city councilman who becomes mayor just as the housing crisis boils over. Directed by Paul Haggis and written by David Simon and William F. Zorzi, Show Me a Hero expertly balances the political and the personal. While the legal battle and the city's racial divisions dominate the broader plot, the series is also deeply focused on the emotional toll that these policies take on individuals, both the politicians and the people living in the affected communities. Catherine Keener co-stars as Mary Dorman, a longtime homeowner who initially resists integration, while Winona Ryder plays political rival Vinnie Restiano. The cast is rounded out by Alfred Molina, John Bernthal, LaTonya Richardson Jackson, and Jim Belushi, each adding depth to the show's multifaceted portrayal of bureaucracy, activism, and social change. Just like The Wire, Show Me a Hero refuses to paint its subjects in broad strokes. There are no easy villains or obvious heroes. Instead, The David Simon Show offers a nuanced look at how well-meaning policies can still fail people, and how political pressure can erode even the most sincere intentions. It's a drama that thrives in the gray areas of morality, just like its spiritual predecessor. Similar to The Wire, Show Me a Hero turns the city into a character. Yonkers becomes the emotional and political backbone of the entire series. Oscar Isaac as Nick Wasicsko sitting pensively in Show Me a Hero. One of the defining traits of a TV show like The Wire is its ability to turn the city itself into a central character, and Show Me a Hero follows suit. Where The Wire chronicled the institutional decay of Baltimore across 5 seasons, Show Me a Hero compresses its story into 6 tense episodes, yet still manages to make Yonkers feel just as vivid, complex, and integral to the narrative. Every street, council chamber, and public housing project is loaded with meaning, giving weight to the political decisions being made behind closed doors. Yonkers in Show Me a Hero, much like Baltimore in The Wire, is presented as a city on the brink of change, not just politically, but socially and racially. Through David Simon's meticulous writing and Paul Haggis's grounded direction, Show Me a Hero reveals how history, class, and prejudice are etched into every corner of the city. The neighborhoods themselves are battlegrounds, as white homeowners protest court-mandated integration and Black and Latino families simply try to find a safe place to live. Much like how The Wire used institutions like the police force, public schools, and City Hall to show how systemic failure affects every level of society, Show Me a Hero examines the machinery of local government and its ripple effects on real people. Oscar Isaac's performance captures this dynamic perfectly. As Nick Wasicsko, he's constantly caught between political survival and doing what's right for his city. His arc mirrors the broader tension of Yonkers itself, a city wrestling with its identity amid forced transformation. It's a reminder that cities aren't just collections of buildings and neighborhoods, but living ecosystems shaped by the people who call them home. Show Me a Hero captures this truth in the same compelling way The Wire always did. The Wire has inspired a lot of great TV dramas over the years. David Simon's legacy can be seen across some of the most ambitious shows in television history. When a TV show like The Wire changes the landscape of television, it leaves a ripple effect that can be felt for years. From Tream to the Deuce, both also created by David Simon, to shows like Snowfall, The Kai, Top Boy, and City on a Hill, many modern dramas owe a debt to The Wire's slow-burn storytelling and socially conscious themes. Simon's influence on the prestige TV era can't be overstated. His work insists that TV can be about more than entertainment, it can illuminate the inner workings of society with journalistic rigor and emotional depth. Show Me a Hero is a perfect example of that legacy in action. Though smaller in scale and shorter in runtime than The Wire, it delivers just as powerful a punch. Like its predecessor, it takes real-world issues and crafts them into compelling drama, making viewers confront uncomfortable truths about race, class, and political failure. It's also a showcase for Oscar Isaac, whose layered, deeply human performance as Wasixco marked a major turning point in his career, just before he would become a household name thanks to Star Wars, The Force Awakens and Ex Machina. A TV show like The Wire doesn't come around often, but when it does, it challenges viewers to think, feel, and engage with the world in new ways. Show Me a Hero is cut from that same cloth. It may not have reached the same cultural status, but it deserves a place in the same conversation, and for fans of The Wire, it's an essential next watch.